How did I find the story? So I knew Joe's band Coyote Grace. I was a fan. And I had actually gone to a house concert at Joe's house, and Bennett was there. They'd recently met, and Bennett was opening the house concert and had just sort of like come out to his family and was writing music and performing it for the first time. And I was really delighted by their friendship and their relationship that had just formed, but was clearly really special. And so that was the entry to what certainly became more about not only Joe and Bennett's relationship, but Bennett and his mom and Dylan and everyone else.
You know, the trans community and trans experience is especially in the public world, is so relatively new. Like, I'm 10 years older than Ben, and I didn't know what it was until I was 20. I didn't even know you could do such a thing. And Ben had some time to think about it and look on YouTube and see other people were doing it. And so it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was 23 when I started, which is as old as he is now, which is so boggling to me. And to see him already happy and feeling good and looking his age, which is a big part about transition. You go from like 23-year-old to like 15-year-old in a day. And it's so healing to do that work with somebody. And even if, you know, I was able to kind of look at my couple years that I feel like I missed or I spent in pain or like outside of society, and it's just so great that, you know, many young people are able to find that earlier and skip those years.
The question was, how did Bennett's mom Susie feel about the process, and was she at all resistant in what her process was? The documentary process, yeah. So it's a little bit of a funny story the way I met Susie. So I had met Bennett and said, hey, I'm interested in making a film. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to become. Can I come down to LA and interview you, talk to you a little bit? He said, sure, I'd love to be in a documentary. Come on down. And he invited me to come to his house, which was where he was living with his mom. And what I didn't realize is that he had invited me to come when she wasn't there and hadn't told her I was coming. And I arrived and she was there. She arrived and I was already there. And so she was sort of surprised to find a filmmaker in her house, and was initially really, you know, not terribly comfortable talking, although she did allow me to film with her in places where she was still really, really uncomfortable. And we developed a relationship over several years. And I promised her that I wouldn't go away until it had all come out on the other end, because I really felt that from a slightly distant vantage point outside of their relationship, it was very clear that they loved each other a lot and just couldn't hear each other, and I had every confidence they would make it through. So, and now we're very close.